Да, доброе утро. Что это? Um, thankfully, I'm not hungover, but I went out with a friend yesterday and had some sushi, tuna tataki, and lots of sake. And I probably shouldn't have done that. I should have went to work out yesterday, which was the original plan. But I was exhausted, dehydrated, and maybe it was better I didn't. But anyways, I may not be too focused today. So here we are in ES on the 15-minute chart, and I took away the very beautiful flag channel that we broke out of on Friday just to clear up some space. And here, over the past, I think since the end of Friday and up to now, we are within this channel. I'm still not sure if I should adjust the upper edge. I'm not entirely certain about the upper edge of this, um, but I am fairly confident about the lower portion. You know what? Let's just, whatever we did, just take away. Nope. You know what? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I should adjust it to come down here on this rejection here, or if I should just leave it where it is. But anyways, yesterday before the market closed, I said I would like to see in the morning us consolidating in this area where we'd be confluent to the bottom of the bull flag. Um, this channel here, which is, if I back it up, I gotta back it up a lot. Let's go to the hour. I know it's a mess, but this is March low, and this is April's low, which obviously we've broken beyond that. We've gotten lower, so um, I don't know how strong this trend was going to be in terms of price action. Remember, I said that this area here, as long as bulls are above that, they are generally in control. But below here, bears get back into control. So yeah, yesterday I was saying that I was hoping that we can come down here and then we might push our way back up here and maybe reject again come Wednesday and consolidate. And tomorrow is CPI. I didn't even know that was coming. Um, let's uh, let's take a look at Tuesday, Wednesday, CPI. 7:30. I keep thinking this is wrong in terms of time. I don't know. Yeah, yeah, it is. I think this is wrong. I don't know why. It doesn't automatically register where I am. And but yeah, I think it's 8:30, not 7:30 in the morning. I'm curious what happens if I go up to this. I think that's the accurate one. I don't know how that changed, but I remember when it gave us the CPI, I mean the FOMC, it seemed wrong. But anyways, so yeah, there you have it. We have CPI tomorrow at 8:30, and that will likely be a strong catalyst, one way or the other. Um, so yeah, again, I would like to see this work its way back up to the top of this. Let's look at this on Thinkorswim now. I did my best to duplicate the bull flag here. So yeah, you can see we're chopping on this trend. I don't know if I should keep it here or not, but anyways, I should probably increase the size of this. Oh man, listening to the soundtrack to The Last of the Mohicans in the headset, just trying to focus mentally. All right, so let's read Adam Mancini's tweet. After 100-point rally Friday, ES is now in cool-off chop mode as it awaits CPI tomorrow. RSI resetting with 4-hour RSI almost back oversold already. Plan today 4129, 4133 support. Let's see if we can find that. Right now we're at 4136. So look at that. I have 413 here and 4138 here and 4138 here. So we know this one is wrong. This one is likely 4130. And of course that means the others are wrong. No, this is 4113. If this is 4136 where we are now, then what would this be, I wonder? I don't know, relatively speaking. And this one's actually more like, you know what, I don't know. I'm just gonna guess it's 4131. But I need to find out where 4133 is. So this can't be 4131. Oh my goodness, dude. I don't know, man. So maybe this is 4133. I don't know. Actually, on ES we touched at 4133 right at 7:30. So this is 4133. And then 4129. So it's a range between here and yeah, 4129 is further below the bull flag. I'm going to guess this is 4129. I hate having to guess. And this is wrong. I don't know what that is. And this is probably wrong as well. You know what I really should do? I really should take some time to redo my dailies, weeklies, and whatnot. And I should probably start deleting a bunch of the levels way above and way below. I don't see the point in doing that, because then you have to find those levels again. Alright. It's alright, let's finish reading his tweet. So yeah, plan today 429, 4033 support. 4140 must reclaim to start the push back up to 4154, 4159 breakout. 4140 is just above the supply that was created here, so 4140 is here. You know what, I'm just gonna leave this and maybe try and put another one. I think 4140 is right about here. I was gonna make it red, but then I need to go back and make all of these red, and I'm just not in the mood. Again, there needs to be an algorithm where if the price is below a level, a previously marked level, that level will automatically turn red. And all price levels below where price action is currently will be green. And that should just happen automatically, just to say, hey, it was support, now it's resistance. Why is that not a thing already? I don't get it. I wish I was super wealthy to create my own um, charting system at this point, and I'll pay Adam Mancini to help me make it. Um, Although if I was filthy wealthy, I don't know if I would be sitting here trading, to be honest. Or would I try and if I became successful at this, if I should try and be more positive when to teach others. Um, Anyways, enough. Uh, let's see if there's any added points to the comments. Yeah, nothing fruitful in the comment section. All right. So yeah, that's what we have here. We have our bull flag. If I have to make some prediction, we may test the bottom of the flag at some point today and then power back up, or we may break below it and then recover. I don't know. Um, what may happen between now and tomorrow's CPI is we may continue to chop within the bull flag. We may work our way back up and reject, but that may, when it happens in relation to when CPI releases, is, that's up in the air. I don't know. What I would like to see is a retest of the bull flag today. Um, we get up here and we reject and chop overnight. We may come back down and retest the bottom of the bull flag when CPI releases, or we chop under the bull flag overnight until CPI releases, and then we break out for a rally. So something like that. We work our way back up here today. We consolidate below the bull flag overnight, awaiting CPI release. Then we break out and rally. On the other hand, we may reach the top of the bull flag today, sell off, and then whenever CPI releases, we'll either break through from there or drop below from there, depending. I think we should be approaching that point where it's bearish. The seasonality on May is bearish, but that may not necessarily happen. But yeah, you see here, usually May we sell off, and it's sort of like a sell in May theme. So, all right. So let's plan the options. If this thing pushes up, I mean, there's not really much room to move, to be honest. That's the thing. If this thing pushes up, I guess we can look at 412, but I don't know how much that's going to be since that's only one option out of the one strike out of the money. Come on, dude. Recent SPY. No. So 413 was at 100 yesterday. Yeah, I may have to look at 413. And when the market opens, if I had to guess, this is going to be worth around 50, 40 bucks. Which no, you can't see my price, but after yesterday's big sell, I went from 60 to $39. Big sell, a big loss, I should say. So I'm extremely limited on being able to trade. I probably won't, to be honest. Yesterday was a foolish move, doubling down on my position as soon as the market opened. But again, I was planning on a scalp, even if it was just $10 or $15. So if the price had moved up even just by $7, $8, I was planning on selling just to end the day quickly. I remember I took out like more than half my account last week in the hopes to pay the rent, which I don't know if that money is even in my account yet, to be honest. I haven't checked. But anyways, let's take a look at VIX. Now on this other chart I have here, which is also 15-15 like this, but of course looks different. Yeah, because it's squished up. I'm beginning to see what's forming as a triangle. I'm so confused. I'm confused because yesterday I could have sworn that this trend here was above the daily and we were rejecting at that trend and then sometimes at the daily. This line was up here yesterday. I'm certain of it. I don't understand why it looks different now. Now it's way down here. Good Lord, man. Absolutely terrible app this thing is, man. Alright, I'm gonna get rid of this now. I'm just so fed up with Thinkorswim, man. Alright, so again, a triangle pattern's forming, which means we may reject off of this upper part of the triangle and reach our way down to the bottom triangle, which means bullish. That could help with the plan for SPY to get to the top of SPY and ES to get to the top of the bull flag. All right. Well, I have no other plan, and I don't know if I'm missing out on anything else. I probably am, but I'm just kind of out of it and sleepy. I'm not really hungover, but just out of it. Maybe later on at the end of the month, if the finances are there, I'll add more money to the account. But as of right now, I'm not really in the mood to add any more money. I shouldn't have taken the money out I had last time, but if I didn't, I can add 70 bucks to my account and I would probably be at 110. And I would have been up maybe 150 because I was at 125. So that's not bad. I shouldn't be upset at myself for losing the 20 yesterday. I should be because I doubled down on a trade that really wasn't. There was no edge to that trade. Alright, I'm just going to save up. I'm not going to waste these 3 minutes on the video. I'll come back when the bell rings and we'll see what kind of action we get. Alright, opening bell just struck. And I was wrong. I thought this might be around 40, but it's 26. Thing is, if someone saw this bull flag, I don't know why anyone would take a swing here. In fact, if anything else, taking a swing short might be the wiser course, considering we created a supply here and a supply here, and we're at the bottom of the bull flag. And I think a swing would have been a good play. We're already starting off with a bit of a sell. Uh-oh, I just looked on VIX. We are above the daily and outside the triangle. Look. This is it. Unless, oh, I was gonna say unless this can somehow pop back down. So this is very bearish looking, but let's see what happens with the bull flag. Look, we just, looks like we're bouncing there. Now 4130, 4128 is support, so we're not there yet. Yep, the sell is still coming. I mean, logically, I should switch to a short. It makes sense. One that I can afford, at least. I want to see what the reaction is. We haven't actually reached the bottom of the bull flag on ES, but we did break out of it on SPY, but they don't match up completely. I would hate to take a short now only for the bulls to step in hard and turn this around and reclaim the flag. But yeah, the fact that we broke out of that triangle on the VIX makes me think I should take this short. But I don't want to jump the gun again like I did yesterday. Although I didn't really have any edge yesterday except the fact that we bounced off Adamancini's level. That was it. Here's what we could do. Let's see if we get back to, never mind. Okay. What's weird here is while I was on the phone, I'm watching VIX. Let's put it up. This was a strong green candle, and now it's turning around into a falling star almost. Well, it's upside down hammer, but on my other chart it looks like a falling star, but that's because it's a smaller chart. Um, if the bulls can manage to break down below this daily and get back into the triangle, that would be good. However, there's still a chance that we may reject and or bounce here. So, yep, bulls have reclaimed the, they never lost. Let's look at ES. So you can, they never really lost or did kinda here on ES, but it was only a small loss. And I'm sure this is what they're looking at more so than SPY. So bulls have managed to reclaim the bottom of the bull flag. There's still a chance, though, that this could turn around. If I had a large enough account, honestly, I would take a short here. I'll probably plug it in at 20, see if I can get in at 20. And then I would just watch and wait to see if I can take a long. Part of me is telling me go ahead and just take the short anyways. But it just seems a bit risky because we're one still around the support level. Adamancini support again was 4130 to 4129 or 28. We're within that support cluster. Two, even though we're at the bottom of the bull flag, I still don't think I can officially say we've lost it and the selling has begun. the only the only strong inference that this is probably going to fall is the fact that we've broken out of that triangle on VIX, and we're now above that daily. That was actually uh, a resistance point on the VIX yesterday. So yeah, that's the one part that worries me. Yeah, part of me is telling me to go ahead and just put a buy in at 20 or 19 for the put. This is a put, 4-weight put. And again, mainly it's because of the triangle on VIX. The last time VIX made a triangle and broke out of it, we had a pretty strong sell-off over the next 2 days. Although that triangle had been building up over a few days, this one's only over the past 2 days. Yeah, I should sit back and wait. If I were to go long, I'm curious what would be a viable 412 would be the smartest one, but I can't afford 412, unfortunately. Interesting, the volume is equal on both the put and this call. And the put's 2 points out of the money. This one is 3 points out of the money. One possibility is that when this candle closes in the next 3 minutes, we could start the next candle and create a demand. It's possible, I don't know. Bulls are starting a push. Yeah, I wonder if I should get in now because the bulls are starting a pretty strong push. I was hoping to get filled at 25, but it looks like that's not going to happen. Of course, it would have happened if I stayed. You know what, screw this. Let's wait and see what happens with the next triangle. The next candle. Whatever, man. I called those people yesterday. They didn't want to talk to me, so as you can probably tell, I'm a bit misanthropic, and I'm the kind of person where if I call a company, I call a person, I'm asking for their service, and regardless if I'm paying for that service, if they ask me for my information, name, email address, phone number, I make a conscious effort to speak somewhat slowly, to be articulate, and to make sure they get the right information from me. Because how does it serve me to to give the information in such a fast way, and how does it serve me to mumble or speak in such a way that they can't understand me? It doesn't serve me any purpose other than just being a passive aggressive jerk. But one of the things that I cannot stand, especially when I used to be a police officer, and there's certain cultures that are more prone to doing this than others, is when I ask for your information and you, I mean, I guess as an officer, I can understand why they would be passive aggressive because generally they don't want the interaction that I'm having with them. But now it's working as like a secretary slash paralegal, and you're calling the office asking for, services of the office. If I ask you for your name and your email and your phone number, why would you blurt it out as fast as you possibly can and say it with an attitude like you're just being bothered by me even asking you? I just don't understand. I'm just gonna jump in at 27 because this thing's looks like it wants to run. So yeah, I never understood the logic in people acting that way. And one of my biggest pet peeves in humans is passive aggressiveness. I can't stand it. Ugh, this looks like this is gonna be another day of losses. I mean, we made it back below VIX. So bulls did their job. We pushed back below, and if we can push off of this triangle, even better. We got all of this space, this real estate to move through. Yes, this one's going to be an issue. This one maybe, and here, yes. So it's going to be work to get past those. I should have put my buying at 20 or something. I just realized we're rejecting off of VWAP on ES. I bet you were rejecting off VWAP here as well. No, we're above VWAP here. It never seems to fail that when price seems to be trying to push up, I always seem to jump in at its highest point or close to it. 29 is when we peaked up here, and I got in at as it came down in 27. How much you want to bet this candle will close, this 15-minute candle, having never reached higher than 27 or 29? It might even go down now. save that. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and exit. Let's take it as another day of loss. What can I do? Um, this candle closes in the next. This candle's just open, really. I should wait till this candle closes at least. It's unfortunate. If we could have made it over VWAP on ES, which, look, here, rejection here, and the first 15-minute rejection again here, and this long wick is disappointing looking. So part of me is telling myself, hey, look, when this comes up to like 25, 24, just take the loss of $3 or $4 because there's a chance this might just fall and fall hard. Oh, God. Yep, here we go. I'm going to go ahead and exit at 20. Because now at this rate, we're forming a supply. I'm going to pop back up to 27. I should have exited. It's unfortunate because we're poised, it looks like, for a bullish push. If we can regain the top of that triangle on VIX and push our way to the bottom of the triangle, and if we can push from the bottom of the bull flag on ES and on VIX, on SPY, and push to the top of the bull flag, this should rally. This should be a money-making move. But it's just not happening. I know. I need to sell my call so that the market can rally. That's the problem. I'm in the call. So it'll either come down and hit my stop loss and I'll take the loss, or it'll pop up and wait for me to sell before it starts to really rally. One of those two will happen. Oh, and look, you can't look because I don't have it on. We've made it back above the daily on VIX. VIX is not looking good. It's turned into a pretty strong green candle, pushing back up. Wow, talk about Nowheresville. I'm gonna put my sell at 24. Damn it, I almost got it. Come on. Damn it. I just want to get most of my money back as I can. Damn it. I bet you it's gonna hit 24 now that I've taken my sell off. Oh my god, screw this noise. So ridiculous. I gotta do that too. So 2 projects up now. Alright, here we go. Now that I've sold, this should start rallying. So I'm gonna come back and I wanna make this video unnecessarily long, and you'll see either this thing will rally, or at the end of this candle, we got 5 more minutes, or we're going to end up falling. But I think this is gonna rally. And of course, there it is, 25. And of course, as always, there we go. There we go. I entered, when was it? 9:45. 9:45, I entered here and just chop suey, looking like it's gonna fall. And now we're about to hit the spot where I got in, so I could have broken even completely. So I'll be back to show you the rally that inevitably was gonna happen, or that failed, one of the two. Well, what do you think happened? Come on now. You know me. You know how this works. You've seen my channel. Rally. Not as big as a rally as I initially thought, but we reached to 40142.8 to be exact. So this is obviously wrong. And you know what? I recall putting this exact, the fact that I put 413.7 means that on the day that I put this on here, I made sure that it was exactly 413.7 on ES. Now, ES, look, this is confirming what I always thought. The levels change. The levels change over time. It may not be exact. You know what? I'm going to go to the minute. So, look at here. I have 413.7. Now, if I go to ES and show you where we got to, 412.7. Is it possible I was off? I typed the wrong numbers? Maybe, but a whole dollar off? So let's adjust this. Let's move this up a little bit. 412.7. Anyways, I was thinking, oh, this is so terrible. This is so typical. It rallied without me, da 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 da. But here's the thing. Let's go back to our 15. Here's the thing. It popped up, yes, and I could have made 10 bucks. So trust me, I'm pissed about this. But unless bulls can turn this around, we've just formed a supply right here. And there's no demand that was formed below, at least not that I can see. I haven't even looked at my 30-minute chart closely. Yes, a demand did form on the 30-minute, right at this purple trend right here, in fact. and this candle is currently retesting it. So this could still work. This could technically be the retest of the 30-minute supply that was formed, I mean demand that was formed. And all Bulls need to do is just get this to make sure this doesn't close below the previous candle close. So yeah, I don't know. I guess for today it's a total of what I got in at 27, sold at 24, $4 loss today. Yeah. A container of hummus. I gotta learn how to make my own hummus though. I've seen it on YouTube and it looks really delicious. Anyways, so yeah, guys, I should have, if we back things up here, I should have put my buy in at 20, even though it was pushing up. I got in at 27 at 9:45 here. I should have put my buy in at around 20. Let's see if it pulls back. No, that wouldn't have happened. That was because I had my stop loss at 21. So I could have put my buy in at 22, 23, or even 25, and then set my sell at 35 if we can push up. Even 36 to pay for the commission, and it would have worked. So I could have made a whopping $10 today, which, again, for my tiny little account, is a lot of money. And that would mitigate half of the loss from yesterday. However, if you did not sell immediately, and remember, Adam Mancini said 4130 is current support and that bulls need to reclaim 4140, which is the next level. So what likely happened here is Adam Mancini likely, if he wasn't already in a position, took a position at the test of 4130. Did we really actually hit 4130 though? I'm curious. 4131. This is why sometimes I wonder if it's just better just to play Adam Mancini's levels, man. Just put a buy-in around 4131. And when did this happen? This was like at the open. So probably here. So you probably could have gotten in here if you're doing options. So 20. And make sure you sell at the next resistance, which is 4140. At least most of your positions. So one could have gotten in here if they placed their buy-in close to 413. Let's say you buy in at 4131. You get in at, let's say, 22. You get in at 10 options at 22, so 220. You set your sell for at least 9 of those options at 33 to make your profit, which obviously is under 100. And then you set the other one for a break even, which will probably be hitting right now because we're at 20. And yeah, a pretty strong supply has formed. And I just realized I'm looking at VIX. We formed a demand here on VIX. Not a clean looking demand, but a demand nonetheless. And we're once again breaking out of the triangle. So yeah, if you wanted to go long, this was the time, and you have to get out at 4140. Yep. Well, yesterday was an MK strategy day, and so far it seems to be the same thing today. Look. Yes, a 30-minute demand formed here, and you could have taken that long until, 4142, 4140, whatever, and quickly exit for a scalp. Or if you had waited, another demand is formed here. The very next candle tested it, and we're back up near supply again. And we may break through this at this rate. Unfortunately, though, as I say again and again, if you're using the MK strategy, you're going to have to choose a strike price at the money or in the money. In this case, when we made the demand at 410, you can maybe go 1 point out of the money, so we could go on 411. Upon the retest, you can get in here, and you can see this candle started at 1030. So quite likely we started down here and then worked our way up for the close here. So let's see, 1030. Yeah, so the low at 1030 was, it looked like something in the low 80s you can get in. And if you decided to sell here at supply, you can sell at maybe around 115, it looks like, or 110. Not bad. So you would have made over 300 bucks on 10 options if you could have gotten in the low 80s and sold at the high, 110, 115. And there you go. There's the scalp. And MK strategy starts after 10:30, so it's perfect. You can look to your left. Demand was just formed. It's 10:30. Jump in, and you're ready to go. And you've already made, I don't know, depending on how many options you've made, 300 or $3,000. And maybe leave a couple of runners to see if we can break past this supply. So now, unfortunately for me, I couldn't do this because I took money out of my account. I can't take this trade. And even if I was able to get in, if let's say I got in at 85 and I sold, no, I shouldn't say that. If I sold at 110 and I got in at 80, let me say this again. If I got in at 90 and I sold at 110, that's still 20 bucks on one option. And again, that would be 200 bucks on 10 options. So it's not bad. And now you can see it looks like we're rejecting off the supply. One could decide to say, you know what, I'm going to take this short. But this is where you step back and look at Adam Mancini's strategy. As long as we're above 4130, we should eventually push to 4140, then 4148, then 4151, and then to the top of the bull flag. So it wouldn't be wise to take this short unless you really want to just do a very quick scalp back to the demand. You could do that as well. So, yep, I should have waited. Anyways, um, I predict most of the day is going to be a bunch of chop. Although, wait, let's take a look at VIX. Yeah, we're still hanging around here, but we haven't quite broken out of this triangle yet. So I wonder if I should adjust the triangle. No, it's where it needs to be. This is just chop. But we formed a supply, a pretty strong supply here, which interestingly is confluent to the high of the pre-market. So I'm just going to go ahead and mark this. Let me back up a bit and see if there's anywhere else where it might be confluent. Yeah. Okay. All right. So another tight, choppy day so far. I am curious what the CPI is going to say tomorrow. You know what? I'm I'm I forgot that sometimes that site would state the estimate. Where is it? Which one is it really technically? CPI, APR, CPI. Maybe they're looking at the month over month. So previous, or is it year over year? 5.6 consensus is a 5.5. Then again, I wonder if they're going to cook the numbers. Forecast of 5.6. So the forecast is that it hasn't changed. Maybe we can read this and they say something. The annual core consumer price inflation rate in the United States, which excludes volatile items such as food and energy, yeah, and the important stuff, ticketed up or ticked up to 5.6 in March 2023 from a 14-month low of 5.5 in the prior month, matching market's estimates as the cost of rent increased further. On a monthly basis, core consumer prices rose by 0.4 from a month earlier in March of 2023, in line with market expectations and slowing slightly from the 5% increase in the previous month. What kind of boggles my brain is it's like these numbers are saying that a car is coming towards you and it's gonna hit you, but its speed, the speed at which it's increasing has slowed down. I don't know if that makes sense. It's like saying, oh, the car was accelerating at 5% as it's coming towards you, but the acceleration reduced now to 4%. So it's still speeding up, but not as fast as before. But does that make you feel better when the car hits you? I don't know. I don't know if that analogy works, but sometimes it makes it seem like they're saying that inflation is going down. But I think what really is happening here is that the rate of inflation increase is going down, right? Isn't that what this technically is? I don't know. Anyways, okay. MK strategy is working perfectly here, and I think I see a megaphone forming here on the 15, but we'll leave it for now. But supply formed here. Had you taken this short here, or even here, this whole 50-minute candle just dropped. You could have made a quick scalp going down. But one thing Adam Mancini recommends is on choppy days, it's good to hold one bias and not to trade both sides. So if you follow that strategy and you wanted to stay bullish, well, like I said, this demand was formed. You could have tested it here, and it came back down here and retested. So back here on this candle is 10:15. No, that's when it formed. The retest was 10:30. Like I said earlier in my video, you would get in the low 80s on this. God damn it. On this 11 o'clock candle, we quickly spiked down and tested the demand zone again. So again, this one's 11 o'clock. So we look at 11 o'clock, and this is obviously where it spiked down, and you could have gotten in high 70s, again, low 80s. And once again, we spiked back up. This time, because of theta, it didn't get as high in the option value, but still, we got above 110. So a good 20% profit could have been made here, again, in this small little move. And mind you, this is all just between the high 410s and the mid 411s. So like a $1.50 move on SPY. But still, nothing major. On the VIX, bulls have succeeded in keeping this within the triangle, but have not brought it back down. So yeah, that's it. Nothing more to report. And we're still in the bull flag, generally speaking, so unfortunately I was hoping for a bigger reaction. And oh, let's go look at the option I chose initially, which I think was 413. Yeah, so as you can see, we spiked up to 37, but that's it. After that, because the option is so far out of the money, these small moves, it's just, you're not going to get much out of it. I mean, if this dropped down a little bit more, I could maybe get in with what little money I have left in my account. And if there's another push, and if that push is strong enough this time, meaning we got to get at least halfway up the bull flag, I could maybe make up for some of the losses for today and yesterday. But again, lots of ifs. But you know what? Now that I say it, let me go ahead and put it in. We'll put an alert. If it happens to get below 12, we'll see. Maybe it might do a quick spike below and then a quick recovery. It's possible. I don't know. So I'll have to see. So I set my alert for the 413 excuse me, strike, which is way the hell up here and was yesterday's high. And it's the only option I can afford at this point. I set the alert at 12. You can see after the alert kicked in, it never got higher than 12 after that. And it's been slowly dragging down. we formed a weak looking demand here, and looks like we're having trouble getting above VWAP. And this candle's about 7 minutes in. And on VIX, I will say that at the very least, VIX has been keeping below this daily for much of today and yesterday. I may adjust this triangle, but maybe not, because it still looks like we're expecting it so far. So if this continues to be respected and the daily doesn't get pierced, then this should come down, and this may go up. But I'm wary about taking another long at this point, because while bulls have been keeping it above 4130 much of the day, let me zoom out a bit on this other candle, this other chart. While bulls have been doing a good job keeping above 4130 on ES and keeping it within the bull flag, they still haven't achieved 4140, which is what's needed to start the rally. And we haven't been able to get much above VWAP. We did earlier today, but it looks like it's all pretty much neutral. Bulls aren't in control, sellers aren't in control, intraday at least. So now I think that's it. I'm done. It's a $4 loss on the day. Was it $4 or $3? I think it's $4. No, it's 5, because I got in at 27. I sold it. No, it's $4. Anyways, so even though we did get a bounce here, I think it was, I don't know when it was I made my last video, but I remember that we were creating a supply, which was retested, which resulted in the bounce after all, and we did come back up. The problem was, since my strike is so far out of the money, 413, and since we've had very little movement today, this option just keeps dropping in value. Now, if this continues to go up, and if bulls can reclaim 4140, and if this thing can push up to at least the top of the bull flag, then yes, this should gain value. But if this doesn't happen within the next couple hours, it's still going to be out of the money, and theta is going to be so great that it's not going to make much of a difference. So unfortunately, I don't know if it would have been wise to jump in here earlier or not. So I guess we'll have to wait and see. But VIX is responding as I thought it would. As long as the bulls can keep below here, we can push further down. This level might be an issue, but by the time we get down to here, this triangle will be above this level, so the bottom of the triangle. So and on ES, yeah, we've never, well, except for this morning when we peaked just below, we haven't gotten lower. We haven't touched this 130. I should have placed the level right at 14130. That's what I'm going to do now, actually. 4128. Yeah, 4131. No, you know what? I'll just let the bottom of the channel work for now. ES and SPY again. Yeah, so it's pretty much neutral. We're slightly above, slightly below VWAP on SPY. I would say somewhat similar for ES. But anyways, so yeah, we'll see what happens later. But yeah, now it's up to 10, so it could, I don't know, it seems to, not really. $8, is it really that big of a risk? I don't know, because look how it's gone. It went from 10 to 7 that quickly with this movement. Still, if I got in at 7, and if, there's too many ifs, that's the problem. If this thing pushes higher and we can regain 4140, and even get to maybe 412, maybe top again the top of this bull flag, then this will be worth maybe about 25, $40. Probably more than that. I don't know. I'm not sure. But it definitely would be profitable. Anyways, I don't know. I don't know if it's worth it. All right. I may give it I may give it to the end of the closing of this candle and see what happens. Because the other issue is we still haven't broken past this supply all day that was created earlier. All right, so of course, while I was on the phone and this call came in, I gotta look because this is the coincidences of these things are hilarious. This call came in at 1:53. That's how long I've been on the phone. 10 minutes. 1:53. Right around that time is when this thing started to push and break past 4140. I put a buy order, but it skipped me, as it always does. And I was hoping it would pull back. I put a buy order at $11 and it just would not fill. So I don't know how far this is gonna go, but it looks like it still has room to push because A, on the VIX, we've passed this support level here, which I thought might be an issue, but looks like we're pushing past it. Below, there's really not much else to stop it except the bottom of the triangle, so this might be a good push. Let's see. And yeah, in ES, bulls achieved the goal of regaining 4140 and breaking past that previous supply that was made. So unfortunately, I just didn't have the funds to get in. Um, what can you do? It made a supply, I mean a demand. It retested the demand, and it's just slowly grinding its way past. Um, I think this was no, excuse me, no, we passed VWAP. So yeah, I don't know. I guess we're making a consolidation before final push. So this would have been good if I had gotten in at preferably around $7 or $8, and if I could have gotten in for a couple options. But even if I got in at 7 or 8 and sold at 18, that would have made up for the losses today and some of the losses yesterday. So I was wrong. I should have gotten in. And if I had enough funds in the account, I could have gotten in for more than two options. I could have gotten in maybe 3 or 4 options, and then had sold all of them for a decent profit. So it's unfortunate, but what can you do? All right. So it looks like even if I had taken it during that phone call, if I didn't exit at about 20 when we peaked up to here, um, theta will cause a chop to go back down. Now it's back down to $10. It is possible though that we're developing a bull flag. Oh, and also remember on VIX I said we passed that one level. I swore as I was saying it, I thought, watch, the market's gonna make me eat those words. Watch. So we did break past that level, but now look. Now it seems like we're having trouble getting past this level after all. It could be that we're just consolidating until a further push down, but here's the thing. The market closes in less than 2 hours. So will that push occur, yes or no? Because if it doesn't, and it keeps chopping sideways like this, bloody hell. Sorry, guys. It was 413. Okay. If it keeps chopping sideways like this, um, then this is just gonna reduce. This is just gonna theta's gonna eat away at the premium. So it could just keep chopping sideways until it closes, and then this will just go from 10 to $1, and it'll just be worthless. So here's the risk. Do we take it long now because we can afford to get in at $10 and hope that it doesn't continue chomping and it finally pushes higher and pushes past that level on VIX, or just walk away and leave it alone? Now, I was wrong here. If I had gone long when I was talking about maybe not going long, and when it was $8 or $7, this would have been a $13 profit, which is nothing special, but for this tiny account, it is. So, yeah. So since 414 was resistance before, it should be support now. And 4140, I mean. And it looks like that is in fact what's happening on ES. So you know what? This is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna put this to 8. If it pushes down and picks me up at 8, great. If it turns around, greater. If it turns around and rallies, greater. If it fails and I end up losing $8, I lose $8. What are you gonna do? Well, technically $9 if you count the commission. So I don't know. I don't know. I think I should probably just take this off and just realize that we're entering into a bearish period in May, and CPI numbers, regardless if it's good or bad, it's probably going to result in a market sell-off. But from a technical analysis point of view, there's a bunch of indications saying that this is going to be bullish. Although technically speaking, we are under this. Let me look at this from ES's point of view because it's a better way of looking at it. Or even better, let's look at it on TradingView. Where's that channel? There it is. Oh, we still haven't really regained this channel yet. For some reason I keep thinking that we did. All right, well, that wasn't helpful. All right, there's not a significant amount of bullish views. There's some. The biggest one is on VIX. So maybe I should have put 9 instead of 8. Anyways, this is stupid. The market's gonna close in like another 90 minutes. So I should try and save whatever I can. In fact, I probably should return the money I took out of the account back into this account. I will be there tomorrow. I might do that. Maybe not all of it, but some of it. So I'll do that now. All right, look. A not so clean supply was formed on 30, but you can see here we're having issues getting past this point and rejection. We came all the way down here, interestingly, and look on VIX. Look where we've rejected, right at the top of the triangle. Maybe not exactly there, but close enough. So, yeah, it's a good thing I did not take this long after all. Okay, here's what I just did. I wanted to record it, but I just did it instinctively, just following my gut. I took a long swing for tomorrow's 418. I don't think it'll get to 418, but that's just all I could afford. Let me zoom out a bit. 418 is so far out of the money, it's ridiculous, but that's just all I could afford. So I figured, what the hell? I'm gonna throw in my lot and see if it works. It probably won't. We'll see. But basically, my hope is that this will chop till the rest of the day in the market, whatever. And maybe tomorrow, if I zoom out, let's do TradingView. If this continues to chop sideways here up until tomorrow, maybe we can break past this finally and push our way up. I think Adam Massini said our ultimate target is 4183. I think that is confluent to the middle of that channel, or I don't know, whatever, 4183. And where that is on SPY, hell if I know. Let's maximize 1030. Nope, apparently there's no way I can just zoom in and look. Um, Whatever, you know, it doesn't matter. 418 is, if we hit 418 tomorrow, we would be hitting a new all-time high. So it's more than likely going to be a waste. But if we can at least get up to 414, 415, then that $10 might become 20. I don't know. It probably is a waste, but it can't go much lower than what it is now. I think I got it at $9 or something. Let's see. Yeah, $9. So, you know, the cost of a cheap pizza, and we'll see what happens. Also, sorry. On the 15, we formed a beautiful, clean, fake breakdown of 4140 and a demand, and conversely on VIX, we formed an equally beautiful, absolutely clean supply. Unfortunately, it seems to be coming back up. So, I can't believe I actually cut my finger cracking an egg. Um, so yeah, I don't know. It would be nice if this will continue down and we can break this supply before not this supply, this demand zone that was created on VIX. If we can break down here, that would be super phantasmical. And we'll need to, of course, break above this 30-minute supply that was formed. Let's see if we can see it. It's not a very clean looking supply, but there it is. Retest, fall. So, yeah. So if this can continue to push forward and break past this, that would be good. Um, in the meantime, if by some crazy chance this thing starts to rally, let's see, I'll put the sell at, it's not going to happen, I'm sure. Let's see what'll happen if I put it at 19. If we want to make $10, this thing will have to rally to over yesterday's high, or almost yesterday's high. Amazing. So anyways, my sell limit will more likely be canceled in the next hour once the market closes. So I'm just going to put that there and leave it there for now and see what happens. All right, with just a few minutes left before market closes, as you can see, not good news. On the VIX, we are back up to and broke out of the triangle. It looks like we've tried to push back down. On SPY, you can see we've lost. We did a drop, base drop. So I was hoping we could at least get above supply. That didn't work. So, well, looks like this might be a waste for tomorrow. We'll see. I think I'll make this my last video and go ahead and upload. Before I do upload one last video, I went ahead and sold. I sold at break even. Actually, no, it wasn't break even. It was at 8. And I got in at 9, so with commission, that's $2 down. Mainly because on VIX, we've broken out of the triangle again. I thought about waiting until we get, if we get below the daily, or maybe get a rejection at the daily, but I decided not to wait. Mainly because once I saw that, for some reason, I guess because there's theta, we still have, not theta, what's the opposite? What is the intrinsic value? We still have some intrinsic value, because this is due, expiring tomorrow. I went ahead and exited at 8, which I didn't think it'll pop up to 9 since we can consistently keep going down, and you can see the VIX is going up. But here's the inflection point here, not the inflection point, but a moment of truth, I guess, right here. Let's see if we reject at daily. Market's about to close any moment. If we reject here and then we fall for the rest of the night, then I would have made a mistake for having exited so early. If we don't reject here and this pushes past the daily and continues further down up until the release of CPI, then yeah, it probably is a good idea that I left here. I mean, it might have spared me another $7 down the hole, but still. And yeah, there it is, pushing a little bit more. The only other possible saving grace is the demand that we formed on SPY here, which has yet to be tested. But I don't know. This isn't looking too promising. So let's see what tomorrow has to hold. But yeah, let's see what happens here. Just a big sell-off at the end. If not the demand, it could also bounce at the bottom of the channel, but the channel's closer on SPY than it shows on ES. Oh my god. Sorry. So we still have a ways down to go. Ah, there's a response. Not from the VIX though. Anyways, alright, let's see what tomorrow has to hold.